Happy Saturday, guys. Tush coming at you. Saturday, January the 12th. And I brought some work home with me for the weekend. Actually, this is leftovers from my conceptual presentation I had this week at work. And my conceptual presentation was cooking with beer presented to a customer, but not just beer, Canadian regional beer. So I've got a number of different beers representing the different provinces of Canada. So that was fun. It was a good presentation. Things went well. We've got beers from Halifax. This is Propeller Brewery in Halifax. It's a Russian Imperial Stout. We've got Big Rock Brewery out in Alberta. This is a wheat ale. In Ontario, Lake of Bays Brewery. We went on a brewery tour of Lake of Bays a couple years ago. Quite an interesting place. It's a Crosswind Pale Ale. A company called Unibrew in Quebec. 3 beers from them: La Fin de Monde, Blanche de Chamblay, and Maudite. And if you look at the percentage on this guy, I don't know if you can see that, 9% alcohol. Yeah. 3 more beers from McCausland Brewery in Quebec as well. A blonde ale, or pale ale, an oatmeal stout, and a Scotch ale. I used the Scotch ale to braise a really nice bone-in short rib. Back to Ontario, Muskoka Brewery. I've got a dark ale and a craft lager. I used the dark ale to do a roasted boneless leg of lamb with honey, maple, and thyme. Turned out quite nicely. And then back to Alberta with a few other beers. We've got a Rutting Elk Red from Grizzly Paw Brewery from Canmore, Alberta. Grumpy Bear, which is a honey wheat, and Powder Hound, which is a Pilsner. So, yeah, had a lot of fun. Presentation went well. Micah's saying hello. Hello, Micah. So yeah, anyway, out to the garage soon, I hope. It's quite warm outside today, so I'm looking forward to getting out in the garage. We'll talk to you in a bit. Hey guys, Tush coming back at you, out in the Tush Mahal. And yeah, I haven't even touched it since last week, so first thing I need to do today is to clean up the mess. Cigar butts all over the place. It stinks out here. Get these bottles off the table, and we'll get back to work hopefully. I know Jerry Cheater 40 was showing his minus 24 degrees Celsius weather out in Alberta. Out here, it is unbelievable. It's like spring. No snow, a little patch here and there. It's about 10 degrees Celsius out today. The grass is even pretty green. I think tomorrow it's supposed to go up to plus 12, which is really unusual. I think Neil down Electro 68 mentioned they were going into a cold snap in the UK. But here, we've got quite the opposite. So, yeah, unbelievable. So I'm enjoying it. I think it's actually warmer out here than it is actually in the garage today. So, anyway, good day to spend in the garage. Just wanted to take you for a quick walk out here. It actually started to get muddy out here again, where my track is going back and forth between the house and the garage. Anyway, we'll get back in here today. We'll get this mess cleaned up, and we will get back to working on the Triumph. Alright guys, we'll see you in a little while. Bye. Guys, I'm going to start working on the jumping around a little bit. I'm going to do some work on the passenger side front fender. I've already started doing some filler work on this fender, and I'm going to sand the rest of it down. I've just got the nose of it in just plain plain primer. So I'm going to get the sander out, sand that back down. It looks pretty good at the front of the fender. I need some work at the back, so I'm going to do some more filler work back here. There's a few little dents along the top. I can see some here in this area, so I'll have a little filler in there. We'll see if I can maybe hammer them out with a hammer and dolly. And obviously I have some low spots in here, in this area that I need to fill. Low spots here, there. Need to do a little work down the bottom. So yeah, this fender needs a bit of work, a bit of love. Looks pretty good on the inside, actually. It's had a repair on the inside. That was where the antenna was, so just a washer welded in there to close that hole up. But that's factory red oxide primer, so that's pretty darn good for 50-plus-year-old fender. So I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, so that's what the inside looks like. Pretty darn good. So anyway, I'm going to get to work on that. I'm going to get some, got the heater on out here so I can get some filler work done. It's got to be a little warmer out here. Right now it's showing 11 degrees Celsius in the garage. So we'll just get a little hotter in here just so the activator kicks in the Bondo a little more quickly. So that's it for now. We'll do a little sanding and we'll come back later. Okay guys, quick update. So I've got the fender sanded down. Sanded it down by hand. Well, actually I went with the die grinder with a 36 grit, and then I just sanded it by hand with an 80 grit after that, just to get some of the leftover stuff off. Anyway, what I think I'm going to do now is I've got my a little bucket of fine glass beads, or glass grit, and I'm going to blast this top section here. I'm going to clean this up. I want to get all this nice and clean, and then we'll do an etch prime on that. But I think it's going to be an easier job for me just to get the blaster in there and just to clean this up versus hand sanding. So I'm not too concerned about warping this panel. It's pretty solid and it's it's in good shape. So we'll just take it easy on the blasting and we'll clean this up a bit. So got the door open. I'm just going to step outside the door. I've got a siphon blaster that I'm going to use just with a bucket, and we'll get that cleaned up and I'll take a shot of it once I'm done. All right, guys, see you in a bit. Hey guys, quick update. So the blaster did a pretty good job on the side part of the fender. You can see it's got down to pretty much down to bare metal. But that paint's pretty tough on the on this side. So I've got some of it off. The rest I'm going to apply some paint stripper with a brush, and we'll let it sit, and then we'll give that another shot at scraping that off. That paint's on there pretty well. So we'll hit it with the stripper and we'll go from there. See you in a bit. Hey guys, Touch coming at you. It's about 20 to 5 and just finished up doing the final blasting on that channel, and it came up pretty well. I ended up hitting it with 2 coats of stripper. There was 4 coats of paint on this car. Actually 3 coats of paint and a coat of primer. So I went through white, orange, green, and then onto primer, so it was on there pretty thick. So good to get it back to bare metal. And like I said, this was going to be a pain sanding in down here, so you can see that the final blasting cleaned it up pretty nicely. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So I've just wiped it down with some Windex and some grease and wax remover, just to make sure there's no residue of that paint stripper on there. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. I also did a little bit of a blasting on the bottom flange just to clean that up a little bit, and I also cleaned up this inner flange here. So it's looking pretty good. And I think what I'll do is I'll upload this. I've got company coming tonight for dinner, so that'll probably be it for me for today, and we'll hope to get back on this tomorrow. So that's it for now. We'll talk to you later on. Have a good night.